Welcome back. In the last video, we looked at how you can start and exit Microsoft Office Word 2016 application. And right now we're going to move on from there. We're going to be looking at the components of the Word interface. And right now I'm going to launch the application again. Start, then I'll click my Word 2016. And I'm going to select a blank document. All right, here is my interface. And right now we're going to be considering some of the components of this interface, one after the other. The first one we're going to be looking at is the file menu. As you can see, that's what I'm pointing to now with my mouse pointer, file menu. So if I click it, it's going to bring me to where we call Backstage View. All right, it's going to open the Backstage View. So this view you're looking at is called Backstage View. All right, and on the Backstage View, there's some commands there that you're going to be making use of when you work on Microsoft Office Word 2016. As you can see, we have the info, we have new document, we have open, we have save as, we have print, we have share, we have export, we have close. Now all these things will be explained later in the next video. But right now we're just looking at the components of this interface. So I'm going to go back right now and we're going to be looking at the next one called the tabs. Now if you look at the home now, it's a tab. Here is another tab inside. We have design tab, we have layout tab, we have references tab, we have mailings tab, we have review tab, we have view tab, and we have tell me tab. All right, so all these are tabs. Then the next one we're going to look at are the next thing we're going to look at is the quick access toolbar. All right, so here is the quick access toolbar. Can you see it? So if you select this drop down button, it's going to open the toolbar for you. And as you can see, we have some of the commands on the quick access toolbar. For now, we have 3 of them. We have the save, we have undo, and we have redo commands on the quick access toolbar. So those are the ones that have been activated. And as you can see from this list, you see that save has been marked, undo has been checked, you see redo being checked. So this tells you that only these 3 commands are active on the quick access toolbar. Does that mean that you cannot add other commands to it? No. So you can. So let's add new command to that quick access toolbar. Now all I need to do now is to click it. Once I clicked, it's going to be added. And as you can see, this is the new blank document command. So it's been added. So if I don't want it again, I'll go back to the drop down button and I'm going to uncheck it. So if I uncheck it, it will leave the quick access toolbar. All right, so you could add other commands as well. All right, so you could add open, you could add quick print, you could add draw table, and the likes. And if you don't want them again, you can disable them. All you need to do is to uncheck them. So I'm going to go back now to uncheck open, to uncheck quick print. I'm going to uncheck draw table. And now we have the 3 commands we met on the quick access toolbar. So the quick access toolbar presents some commands that you're going to be using to process your document. So it's like a shortcut for you. You just go there, select them, and use them in the course of your work. Now, the next one I'm going to talk about is the ribbon. And here is the ribbon. As you can see, if you follow my mouse, you see this like a rectangular shape like this. The whole of this is the ribbon. All right? So on the ribbon, we have groups. And each group has some commands under them. So when you see this clipboard now, it's a group. So that's the name of this group now. So under the clipboard group, you could see we have some commands there, like paste, like cut, like copy, like format painter. So all these are commands under the clipboard group. Now, look at the font group. We have some commands under it. All right? Now, there's something I need you to understand here. For you to know the name of any command on the ribbon, all you need to do is just to point your mouse pointer to it, and you're going to have the name and the description of that command. All right? So we call it tip. So if you need a tip about any command, all you need to do is to just point your mouse pointer to that command. All right? So if you look at it very well, we have some commands under the font group. We have the font, we have the font size, we have bold, effect, we have the italics, we have the underline, and the likes. So you can point to each of them and you're going to get their names and their functions. So I go to paragraph group. You can see some commands under it as well. Then I come to the styles group. You see some commands under that as well. Then you see the editing group as well. You have find, replace, and select there. Now, I need to point your attention to something on the groups. All right? So let's look at this clipboard group now. You see a small button just beside the clipboard group. As you can see, my mouse pointer now pointing to it. We call this Dialog Box Launcher. This gives you other options about the group. So if I click this, it's going to launch a dialog box for me where I can have other options as regards the group. So if I don't want it again, I can close it. So if I come to font, the same thing happens. You can see a dialog box here where I can see more options as touching the group. So same thing is applicable to the other groups. So if you want more options, all you need to do is to go to the Dialog Box Launcher that belongs to the group. So that's that about that. So I'm going to move to the next one, which is the title bar. Here is the title bar. All right? So on the title bar, we're going to have the name of the document. As you can see, document 1. This appears by default because I haven't named this document yet. So you're going to have document 1. If I open another one, I'm going to have document 2. So on the title bar, you're going to have the name of the document and you're going to have the name of the application. So the name of this application is Word, and the name of this document for now is document 1. But when I save these documents, this document 1 is going to change to what I used to save the work. All right? So I'm going to leave here. I'm going to move to my top right where I have the minimize button. Now, if I want to minimize this application, peradventure, I have other applications that I've opened, but I want to minimize this. not closing. If I minimize, it means I just want to pull it down a little for me to attend to other things. So I can bring it up later from the taskbar. So I can minimize this to the taskbar. So when I click this, you can see pointing to it gives me the name of this command. And as you can see, it's bringing out minimize. So if I click it, it's going to minimize this to the taskbar. So I'll do that right away. So clicking it now, as you can see, I have it here now. Can you see it? So look at my taskbar here, it's there already. So if I want to bring it up, all I need to do is to click it and it's going to come up. Can you see that? So that's the work of minimize a command or button. So I'm going to go to the next one. This one is dual in nature. All right, so we have two functions in one. It is called restore button, but like I said, we have two functions in one here. So we have both restore and maximize. So when your maximize function is on, so you're going to have the restore button appearing. So it means you can now restore. So if I click the restore button, all it's going to do is to, shrink your application like a cascade. So if I click it now, it's going to, shrink it, just reduce the size of that application. Why do you do this? Sometimes you want to do that for you to be able to see other applications that you've opened. Let's say, for example, now, let me open my file explorer. So I'm going to open this. Okay. So let me open my Microsoft Word back. As you can see, I'll maximize it. So if I want to see that other document, my web browser, all I need to do is to restore this for me to be able to see it. So look at it now. So I can see my web browser in the background now. So to return back to status quo, all I need to do is to come back, just like I told you. Once you restore, the next thing you're going to see on that same button is maximize. That is going to make your application to, be expanded. So when I click now, it comes back to the full page. All right. So the next one is the close button or the close command. So as you can see, X, most of us are familiar with X button. Many times, it is used to close an application. So this X is used to close an application. All right. So when you click it, it closes this application. All right. So I'm going to move to the next one, which is the document area. You can see this white space. That is your document area. Some people call it workspace. All right. That is where you're going to put your content. So what you have there, you can see something blinking. Look at it. So this is called insertion point. All right. It means if I strike a key now, that particular letter is going to appear where you see the insertion point. All right. So that is an insertion point. So if I type now, let me type T, letter T. As you can see now, it's there. So I can erase it. So this is your work area now. All right. So I'm going to move to the next one, and that is the scroll bar. Look at it here. All right. So on the scroll bar, you have the scroll buttons. All right, the scroll buttons, you have one at the top and one at the bottom. So to scroll up, you're going to use the one at the bottom. Sorry, to scroll down, you're going to use the one at the bottom. To scroll up, you're going to use the one at the top. But also we have the slider. So this slider could be used to drag down your page or drag it up. So if I hold my mouse down, that is your left button. All right? If I hold it down and drag the slider, it's going to bring me down now. As you can see, can do the same thing. And to take it up, I'm still going to drag it back and it's going to take me back up. So it's going to perform the same function as your scroll buttons. So look at the scroll buttons now. If I want to scroll down, all I need to do is to come to the bottom button and begin to click on it, and it's going to scroll down. Okay? So if you want it to scroll faster, you click it and hold it down. All right? To take it up, I'll go back to the top button and I'm going to click on it and hold it. All right? So can you see that now? So that's what that does. So I'm going to move to the next one, which is the ruler. Okay? Look at the ruler where you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you can, disable the ruler if you don't want it. And where you're going to get that from is from the View tab. So if I come to the View tab, look at the ruler here, you can see that it's checked. So it means it's active. So if I don't want it again, all I need to do is to uncheck it. So if I uncheck it, it's going to go away. So if I want it back, all I need to do is to go back there. All right? And check it. And there it is. Okay? So I'm going to move on. Let me go back to the Home tab. The next one I want to talk about is the status bar. On the status bar, you can have many things there. I'm going to right click here and you're going to see so many things you can have on the status bar. You can have your page number, you can have your formatted page number, you can have your section, you can have your vertical page position, you can have the line number, you can have the column, you can have the word counts, you can have the spelling and grammar check, language signatures. All the ones that have been checked will appear here anytime you're working on the document. All right? So it means if I start typing now, look at the word counts, and I start typing, I can know the number of words I'm typing. So take, for example, let me type something. The man is here now. As you can see, how many words do I have here? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now come to the status bar and look at the word count. How many words do we have there? As you can see, we can see 5 words. So that tells me that this counts the number of words in my document. All right? So there's a page count too. As you can see, we have page 1 of 1. So it tells me that I only have 1 page active currently. So let me show you that you can have more than 1 page. So I'm going to just press enter key on my keyboard until I get to the next page. And you see that that status is going to change. As you can see now, I'm on the 2nd page. And now we have page 2 of 2. Can you see that on the status bar? So if I scroll back to page 1, you will see that it will change to page 1 of 2. Because I now have 2 pages and it's telling me that on page 1 of the 2 pages. All right? So these are things that you can have on the status bar. So I'm going to move on now to talk about the zoom. So what do you do with the zoom? You can zoom in and you can zoom out. Okay? To zoom in means to increase the view. So if I click this plus button, it means I want to increase the view. So once I click, you see the number increasing here, the percentage, and you see that the page is expanding. So if I want to zoom out, it means I want to reduce the size of the page. So I can click on the minus button, and that's going to reduce the page for me. It's going to reduce the view. Can you see that now? I can as well use the slider. So what do? I hold the left button on my mouse. I hold it down, then drag it to the left. You see it's reducing. That's towards zoom out. And I can as well drag it to the right, and that increases it. You see that the percentage is increasing. It's decreasing now as I'm moving to the left. If I drag it to the right, it's increasing. All right, so I'm going to leave it at 100 now. So I can as well come to the percentage here. Once I click it, it's going to launch the dialog box where I can see other options. And as you can see, here you can select the percentage manually. So you can increase the percentage here as well. All right, as you can see, it's increasing. I can decrease it back to 100. So depending on the view you want. So look at it, I can select 200, I can select 75%, whichever one you want. All right, so I'm going to select OK here. All right, so that's 75%. Now I can increase it back. So the next one I want to talk about is the task bar. And as you can see, that's where you have all the tasks you have active on this system. So as you can see, I have some File Explorer opened. You can see desktop, you can see new folder. I have some web, I have the web browser opened. I have other things opened on this system. So where you're going to see them is on the taskbar. All right, so look at them now. They're here. So on the taskbar as well, we have the Windows, the start button. All right, as you can see it here. So these are things that you're going to see on the Microsoft Word interface. But when I was talking about the tabs the other time, I only showed you the Home tab. Let me also show you the Insert tab, the things there. As you can see, the groups there, we have the Pages group, the tables, the illustrations, add-ins, media, links, comments, header and footer, text, symbols. Come to design, you're going to see other things there as well. You see document formatting group, you see page background group. You come to layout, you're going to see different things, see references, see mailings, see review, see view. And now this tell me what you want to do. Once you click this, you can type the next thing you want to. Let's say I want to print, I can type print, and it's going to give me options. All right, so you can see print, preview, and preview and print. You can see print, you can see print layout. So I have all these options. So that is what this does for us. Okay, so I'm going to move out of there. You can do many things with it. You can type other things. Maybe you want cuts. You can see paste. All right, paste option. Okay, you can see cut option. So It depends on what you're looking for. So these are things that you can see on the Microsoft Office Word 2016 interface. All right. So later in this course, we're going to be looking at the details of all these components. So you will learn how to use some of those commands that you've seen. And like I said, by the time we're done with this course, you would have mastered how to use all those commands that we've looked at. So this is where we're going to stop now. And I'm going to see you in the next video. Thank you.